Good evening. Two college students representing nearly 7,000 Native American students want someone to be held accountable in the Gear Up scandal.
Our KELOLAND News investigation found despite tens of millions of dollars spent on the college readiness program, no data was kept to show it resulted in a single student going to college. KELOLAND's Angela Kennecke shows us the arguments before the South Dakota Supreme Court.
Alyssa Blackbear was a student at Todd County High School, where Gear Up was supposed to be administered. Kelsey Walking Eagle Espinoza attended the summer Gear Up program when it was held at the School of Mines.
Both girls actually did end up in college, but say it was not due to Gear Up. Walking Eagle Espinoza's mother told KELOLAND Investigates in 2015.
All the Native American children that didn't benefit anything from it. And we're not thinking just hundreds of dollars, we're thinking millions of dollars that probably could have put a lot of our Native children into colleges across the state.
The Young Women's lawsuit went after the now defunct Mid-Central Educational Cooperative, its leaders and board. The American Indian Institute for Innovation, formerly led by Stacey Phelps, and the estates of Scott and Nicole Westerhouse, who are also listed in the lawsuit. However, Circuit Court Judge Bruce Anderson ruled federal law doesn't allow students to sue for breach of contract or malfeasance because the Gear Up grant fell under the Higher Education Act.
We are not claiming that the students' claims arise under the Higher Education Act.
I guess theoretically you could have the federal government seeking the money back, the state might be on the hook for it, and they might be seeking it back, and now your client. So you potentially could have three different parties seeking the same dollars. Right?
That's correct.
Mid-Central attorney Ryland Deinert pointed to an audit commissioned by the Educational Cooperative following the scandal.
From 2013 through 2015 with their audit, Ide Bailey found that no Gear Up funds went missing.
But as KELOLAND Investigates first reported, that audit did not show how the money was spent.
Take into account how the flow of dollars actually went, and there were some certain amounts advanced each month.
There was, Your Honor. $50,000 was an automatic advancement of funds every month.
We have an effort by Mr. Westerhouse and Mr. Phelps to apparently try to shield AIII from an audit from both the state and the federal government so that whatever is occurring at that level cannot be investigated or detected.
Now, there's wild innuendo and allegations that there's hotels and things like that, but the South Dakota Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Education allow that. There's nothing, no finding of that at all. We have an innuendo of this inappropriate spending.
In 2016, KELOLAND Investigates reported that the State Division of Criminal Investigation had evidence Phelps spent some $240,000 in federal grant money living the high life, and that he and Scott Westerhouse worked together to hide that spending from authorities.
The people who are responsible for reporting the expenditures and documenting those expenditures up the chain to the South Dakota Department of Education are the very people who are implicated in the wrongdoing.
To this day, we have seen no evidence that any Gear Up funds were actually improperly utilized or stolen or used. Admittedly, according to Auditor General Ginding, approximately $1.3 million was stolen from Mid-Central, but that was their own funds. That wasn't Gear Up funds.
In the criminal cases, juries acquitted both Stacey Phelps of AIII and Stephanie Hubers of Mid-Central. Former Mid-Central Director Dan Gerke pled guilty to backdating contracts. The South Dakota Supreme Court will make the decision on whether the students' civil lawsuit can proceed in state court at a later date.
Thank you, Angela.